As a child, I liked the theme of mysticism. Back then I still believed in all sorts of omens, evil eyes, conspiracies, corruption, and witchcraft. I loved horror movies, and creepypastas were still little known in the Russian segment. Maybe someone will remember a collection of scary stories by Edward Uspensky about a red spot, green eyes, or a yellow bag. At that time, I liked such stories. Many years later, such stories are more likely to cause a smile than fear, but then such stories made me sleep with the light on or the TV on. Through the prism of experience, after listening to Nosferatu stories in puberty and watching the analog tin plate from Urbanpook, you somehow stop taking stories seriously. For example, about the boy who found the Yellow Book, where the massacre of his family was captured on the pages of the Yellow Book. Back then, I was trying to extract some kind of mysticism from friends and relatives. I think everyone has some kind of blind spots or mysterious situations. I liked that. As a child, I once asked my mother if she had anything scary and mystical in her life. And here's what I found in the scraps of our memory. Maybe this story will be 40 to 50 years old. My mother spent her entire childhood in the village of Ivas in the Belgorod region. My mother lived a typical village life and often spent time with my great-grandmother. They often liked to stay at parties, and they often stayed there late. And now it's time for them to go, and it's a long way. They were in a neighboring village then. Sokolovka, probably. It was pitch dark then. Only the stars illuminated the path a little. But my eyes quickly adjust to the darkness. The places are familiar. And now my mother and great-grandmother are walking, and they see an abandoned house standing along the road. And the fame of this house was dark. Either the house burned down along with the residents, or a murder occurred, or a local witch lived, or something else. And now they see a dark silhouette next to the house. It was 2 stories high. It wasn't a man. The faces couldn't be seen in the dark, only the red lights glowed. And they ran from there. We ran like never before. We crossed the bridge to the other side of the river. They didn't turn around. As we ran, we felt someone's gaze and presence in our backs. They reached the house. They locked the doors and crossed themselves. No one ran after them, did not break into their house. However, fear wouldn't let them go. They didn't sleep a wink until dawn. They never saw the creature again. I think they went there during the day, but according to the laws of the genre, there was nothing in the place of this house. And the locals, as I understand it, didn't see anything like that. This story is sewn with white threads. I don't know if my mother was telling me the truth back then, or if she just told me a horror story. Human memory is very flexible. It can invent things that did not happen, and consciousness can create the most real toys of the devil. But I can also understand her in that situation. I think, even in the era of smartphones, not only a few would dare to hesitate and photograph this creature. Maybe it was just an optical illusion or a glitch, but what if it wasn't? I didn't find the abandoned house on Google Panoramas. The river itself does not flow in Ivica, just where the neighboring Sokolovka is. There is a small bridge in Sokolovka. Although the river itself is shallow, you can wade through it. On the panoramas, I saw time-worn but residential buildings. However, it is unlikely that the ruins would have stood idle for so long until 2013. I didn't find any late panoramas. After 12 years, everything could have changed. In my opinion, to become even more desolate. Let this story be here. Maybe it will just be a funny story about what a person can see in the dark. Or maybe there really was a grain of truth in this story. Maybe it was a human after all, or another species unknown to mankind. Okay, I won't push it. It's up to you.